But you know what stopped me? This is the second question. How did you cope with this thing? I would sit in my room and start imagining my son crying in a corner where he didn't want people to touch him or talk to people, or where he was so mad at me, but he couldn't. Like, I know how it feels to be mad at someone who's no longer alive. I know how it feels. So I was like, yo, I cannot imagine. Like, I started crying. I was like, I cannot let my son go through that, because he'll be mad at me. He will be so mad at me for leaving him. I know how my son is. And also, he doesn't have a dad already. And if you want to know how his dad passed, there's a video for that, a separate video. So I was like, I am not willing to let my son go through this. Yes, he's going to have to face it. He'll grow up but I'm not willing to. And I'm also one person that I don't have a mother. I know how it feels to not have a mom in this world. I grew up in the most very, I don't ever want to talk about it, Mina, how I grew up. It wasn't nice at all. So I was just like, I cannot let my son live with those people again, living that life again, life of being, like, guys, ungamna mama is so damaging, mostly in a female child. I don't know how it feels to a man, but not having a mother from age 12, I cannot imagine how my little brother, feels, because our mother left when he was few hours old. So I cannot imagine. So I was like, I cannot let my son go through that. I'm not willing to. So I'll just stop the start. I won't be able to. But there's something that I want to talk about also, that as Christians, we need to stop this thing of telling people that you need to pray about it, you need to fast, you need to go to church. This is happening because you sinned. Guys, no, we need to stop that. We need to stop that. In as much as you tell people about God, you tell them about fasting, you tell them about doing all the right things in the house of the Lord, you also need to help them do things practically, so because a human being is not made of a spirit only. God did not make us like that. There's a holistic view that you need to look at a human being. A human being has a mind. It does not only have a spirit. It has a mind, it has a heart, it has a soul, it has emotions. There's what is these things that we go through when we're on periods? Hormones, this and that. So there's no way that you can advise someone who's been raped that you need to pray about it. And that's your only advice as a Christian. We need discernment. That's not how we should be thinking as Christians. So I took practical steps that were going to stop me from thinking about this. And those were, I started reading books, self-help books that are going to help me stop thinking about this. I started listening to podcasts, videos like this that are going to stop me from thinking about this. I started listening to good music. People say don't listen to Chris Brown because you save it. I did listen to Chris Brown. I listen to Chris Brown every day. I would listen to anyone that I want to listen to, as long as the Holy Spirit has not told me that this person is wrong, you need to stop. Because Chris Brown, they do talk about anxiety. Anxiety, don't let this pressure get to you. Those songs, they speak to my soul, because they let me know that there's a part that he says, Mama prayed for me so I won't fall. There's a part where I found those were the songs that kept me going. Those are the songs that kept me going, knowing that I'm not the only person who's depressed. Imagine Chris Brown, like an entire person, writing a song about anxiety and everything, and you telling me that I should not listen to that song because it's not safe. How? Because it's not godly, or we godly less and what. I was like, I am not going to stop listening to this song because I'm not God, I'm not the judge, I don't know what he was going through, but this song speaks to me at this moment. Okay, so we need to stop spiritualizing everything. Of course, Yonge start from everything that you see in your physical eye, it manifested in the spirit first. It is spiritual. You need to fast, you need to pray about things, you need to, I'm going to talk about that maybe on another segment, but we need to let people, mostly things that are mental problems, emotional problems, we need to let people know that it's okay to go to therapy. It's okay to talk about it. So I coped because I listened to podcasts, I reached out for help. Sometimes I would cry, because crying also, don't listen to people that tell you that, mostly if you are a man, people that tell you that you're not supposed to cry, a man doesn't cry. You need to cry. Cry it out loud. Cry it out. Cry it out. Talk about it. You have friends. You have family, people that are willing to listen. You need to, that's how you're going to cope with those things. Talk about it. Do not isolate. Do not isolate, because isolation, even if you're going through grief, through pain, isolation will not let you heal if you always isolated, because that's when the devil gets to in your mind. But if you get to mingle, if you go out to friends, if you go to church, if you go to outings, if you're going to, I didn't do those things, but I've learned that I should have done that. Because the devil cannot attack you if you're with people. Like, he cannot be telling you to kill yourself when you're in a braai. Like, why would you kill yourself in a braai? Like, that's a happy vibe. Being in church, doing itomoy, and you think about, it is hardly impossible. I'm not saying it cannot happen. It can happen. People can be in a crowd but still feel like, I'm taking my life soon after this party. And people do that. But what I'm trying to say is, you need to be out there. Don't give it a time to consume you. Don't be alone most of the times if you know that you're suffering from mental health. That's how I later realized that I shouldn't have been alone that long. I shouldn't have locked myself. I should have tried going to church. I should have reached out. I read positive books, as I was saying. I listened to podcasts. I tried to solve the stresses. How you going there? If you may be depressed about a job, try getting a job. Go out, submit your CVs by hand. Talk to people. Talk to people that can place you in places. Send your CVs, revamp your CV, write your profile, create this and that, do this and that. People will be like, I do that, blah, 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 blah. Those are the practical steps that you cannot pray about doing your CV. You need to get up and do your CV. You're not going to fast. Then the next thing you wake up in the morning, there's a CV in your bed, it's revamped, and that's. Do you get my point? So you need to take practical steps that will make you better. Don't sit on it. Even if I started selling, that was my practical step of getting out of the stress that I need money. Then what can I do to get money besides being employed? Start selling something. I can help you with that. As I said, that I help women make an extra income. I'm not making millions also in selling, but I do make something. I do make something for me to get bread for the next day, for me to rent, for me to do that and that. So I can help you with that. If you want to do that, you can take my email, you can take my number. I'm always willing to help, and I help for free, guys. I don't charge anyone. So take steps that will help you get out of this toxicity, even if it's umjolo or it's a family relationship. Cut off those people. Cut off, be practical, take steps. Cut them off. Leave that family. Leave that city. That's what I did for myself, because Umtata was becoming this small for me. Like Umtata is this. It's still like this small for me. Umtata. In this corner, here there's school people. There's people that I grew up with. There's people that I went to school with. That for me, I don't know for you. I'm not saying pack your things and go. But for me, I cannot be in a city that doesn't. Guys, I'm a creative. My mind is like this. I can watch something, I can listen to something, I can see something, and just my mind will be like this in a moment. My mind is so observant, and so I cannot stay in a city that will not allow me to grow, mostly being me. That only like grows certain parts of me, but it cannot. Hence, I always leave. I will change cities. I will change work environments. I will change friends. I'm not afraid of starting afresh. I'm afraid of change. I will leave. As soon as I see toxicity in something, I will leave. I will let go. I will peace out and pack my bags and go. And if you think that now you're not getting anything from being there, you're not getting it, leave. Leave. Because you won't reap anything from staying in something that doesn't grow you, something that doesn't make you a better person. Even if it's a relationship, you need to call it quits and leave. So those are the practical steps that I took to overcome the thoughts that I had. But there's a book that says the mind is the battlefield. By Joyce Meyer. I'm going to write it down. The mind is the battlefield. That book, you need to download it or buy it or do whatever it is that you can to get it, so that you read it. That the enemy plays here. His battlefield is here. His playground is here. It attacks your mind. Once it starts to your mind, it will go to your heart. It will go to your soul, and then it will start seeing it in your body. sorry, you will start thinking about it. You will start, once you start thinking about something, then you will eventually do it. Even if you want to learn baking, you're firstly going to see maybe muffins from someone else, and you start thinking about them. It's all here. Hence, I'm saying that you need to buy books that will help you stop thinking about things that are negative for your life. So try to get that book by Joyce Meyer, because the enemy really attacks the mind. He really attacks the mind. Anything that you see started from here, even from your heart. Hence, the Bible says that the heart is where the life flows from your heart. Good things and bad things come from your heart. You're not supposed to be trusting your heart. You need to trust the Lord about everything, not just this matter, your mental health.